Oh, hey, man.
Oh, hey, man.
Hey, man. Welcome back to what's the name again? I think I forgot.
It's a
Is it
long one.
X Wrestling? That's what it is. SRG Universe presents the best wrestling podcast in the world. Why Wrestling?
In the
Hosted by the
universe. Nay,
SRG BOSS Steve Resk and myself, the sound that runs the pound, Christopher Guardino. How you been,
I
man?
don't
It's
know,
been like
Mr. Guardino, the sound that runs the pound. It feels good to be back in Grand Machine Studios for this. We got a new location. We're working on building up, as we get ready for some more Why Wrestling content. But we can't miss my favorite time of the year, WrestleMania season. I think it's more valuable to me than Christmas, Easter, Hanukkah, all the holidays. WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble are like my two favorite holidays of the year.
oh,
Holy days to us wrestling fans.
it is. It is the biggest time of the year. It's been a while since we've talked. I think the biggest thing that's happened to me is I started watching Rick and Morty since the last time we did this. So that could be a sound check. Oh, Morty, wow. Fuck you. I'm working on it. And I think you had a baby or something, so whatever.
Probably in between at least one baby. But if
Yeah.
you're watching Rick and Morty and you like it, you got to watch Inside Job on Netflix, and we'll get right back to wrestling. Inside Job is fucking hilarious. I said it.
The Montreal
500 bits.
inside job. So, this is the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania 39. You just came from the Grand Gathering. Quick, before we dive into this, how was that? Because that's the SRG Universe WrestleMania.
At this point, it feels like the WrestleMania is the WWE's Grand Gathering because we had
Oh
one
yeah.
heck of a time. 3 days. Actually, we had a fourth day on the pre-show, so pretty nonstop from Thursday evening to Sunday night. This was in Cleveland, Ohio, one of my favorite cities. We had 130 participants for Super Show the Game, and it was absolutely insane from start to finish. A lot of people say best weekend of their life. So when Grand Gathering 4 goes up, make sure you get signed up as soon as you can. We sold out this year. We had to cap it at 130. We literally filled every single seat in the building. It was an incredible weekend, culminated by the GRUMP leaving the higher class and getting
With a
even on
dick
big
for the
match beat.
lips.
Yeah, you got
For
it
the
done.
lips. How many energy drinks do you think were consumed in total throughout the 4 days?
A good amount of them, and I will say, keep your eye out for Game On Energy Drink. Might be getting in the energy drink business pretty soon. Hopefully, no promises. Hopefully,
Selling an energy drink is like the peak douchebag step of a company where it's like, oh, okay, we're in the energy drink business now. I'm pretty sure WWE had one at some point. Look out for AEW
how do
like
you feel about
Dynamite.
Stone Cold Strawberry as a flavor? Because that's where I'm at
And
right now in life.
that's what I'm done talking about. Okay, so this is it. WrestleMania 39. Let's get into it. I think this
I'm
has
gonna
been.
pause you because before you get
Ooh.
started, I want to gauge you. I know you're a big fan, as am I. I tend to be very casual with it, but like, where's your hype meter at for Mania? Where are you at?
This year I'm at about a 7,
That's what I
which
was gonna say, man.
yeah, I can definitely get higher. I think this is a strong WrestleMania card. I think the build has been, for parts of it, excellent, like all-time great good. A lot of the mid cards been okay, but I think like their top 4 or 5 matches have been, maybe not 4 or 5, but have been great, and we'll get into that. I think they've just in the last year, obviously the biggest thing in the world, Vince McMahon stepping down, Triple H taking over creative. There's been just a huge difference. And really, since WrestleMania 38, there's just been an overall positive vibe with WWE. The WrestleMania 38 was just super fun between Pat McAfee, Jackass, uh, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was Becky and Bianca. It was just such a great vibe. And from the bloodline and honestly Judgment Day and Seth Rollins and Bianca Belair, there's been just so much positivity in WWE over the last year, and this is going to be the culmination of that. So like, and again, it's not perfect, it's far from perfect, there's still a lot of stuff that could be worked on, but if you don't like WWE, you might want to tune out to this, because overall I'm feeling good, and I'm loving it. And I think we have, I will say, I do think this year is maybe missing that super duper mega match, which we all thought was going to be Rock Roman. But I still think we have an excellent card and an excellent main event. You really can't ask for much more than what we're getting.
Yeah, you mentioned briefly the Jackass match. And to think Sami Zayn went from that match that a lot of people went into it thinking it would be cringeworthy. And I loved it. I thought it was a ton of fun. But to show
Yeah,
Sami Zayn taking that match with Johnny Knoxville, making it highly entertaining as this like filler comedy act match, and then being one of the hottest acts in the company 1 year later is really something special that that ride we've got this year.
it's fantastic. So let's of course start with the very top. I'm gonna say Alexa. She always thinks I'm talking to her. God, Alexa Bliss isn't even on the card and she's listening to me. Anyway, let's start with the very top. She did it again. Shut up, Alexa, stop. God damn, me versus what's her face at Mania. That's the next match. Let's start with the Bloodline, because that has been not only by far the best storyline in pro wrestling this year, you could argue one of the top storylines ever told, up there with Austin McMahon, Hogan, Savage, all of it. And it includes two matches: the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and obviously Roman Reigns, the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Universal Champion, versus the Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes. I think this is chef's kiss. And I know a lot of people wanted to see Sami Zayn in Cody Rhodes' spot, but I think it's worked out just fine. There was a lot of people with this idea that like, oh, they're going to hijack the shows. It's got to be Sammy. Cody's going to get booed. That wasn't even close to happening. Cody is over. Cody is at the very top of his game. He's jacked. He's selling merchandise at like John Cena levels. This is excellent. There's a real life true story that you can connect with. And Sami Zayn, I don't want to say it's a constellation,
Sammy's
Constantinople.
gonna end up in the stars here, folks, is
Yeah,
what he
a
meant.
Constantinople prize with the Usos, because Jay was so tied into his story, and obviously Kevin Owens. So there was just two different ways to do this, honestly. And I think there was a way that kind of left Cody out in the cold. If you put Sami Zayn in the main event, it wasn't the year for a triple threat. I think this is 100% the right decision. We'll get into our predictions, but I think Cody has been excellent. What else can you say about Sami Zayn and all that stuff and Jey Uso? Roman Reigns is just the very top of his game. I think this is the biggest match you could have done outside of The Rock. The Rock would have been cool. This is, quality wise, this is probably better. Obviously The Rock's a bigger name, but
Cody
man,
could go, man. So could Roman.
yeah. Dude, Roman he truly is God mode. It's not, is he top to bottom the most talented guy in pro wrestling? Probably not. As far as in ring, there's people who can do things, but as far as like controlling an audience, and what's more important than that? Honestly, you could do all the flips in the world that you want. Roman just stands there, dude. He just stands there and has them in the palm of his hands. He's on a different level than anybody else. And I think one of the problems has been everyone's been looking for Roman's equal to dethrone him. Roman won't have an equal until someone dethrones him. Nobody's close. Nobody's close to Roman Reigns, and nobody can get close until he drops those belts to somebody. We'll get into our full predictions, but I think Cody wins. You never know with Roman Reigns, but I think Cody wins. I think Sami and KO win. I think it's time to see a shift in this storyline. But man, it's just been awesome, dude. Like, there's literally nothing to complain about. This idea that it was going to get hijacked and people were going to get mad about Sami Zayn, like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan stuff.
You see
Dude,
did you hear the pop for Cody recently
yeah,
before
dude,
Mania? The place exploded.
Yeah, Cody's a star, man.
And the crowd, whoa, hitting this music too, which is big, like the crowd interaction, something so basic like
Exactly.
that.
What he's got his spot now with the whoa, where he stops, and like the same way like Triple H kind of had that spot where he looks and knows where to hit the water. But Cody's gonna set a world record for pyro. But I think those dudes who wanted to hijack shows and wanted to be angry with the product, and a lot of the times it was very justifiable. Daniel Bryan, Batista. This is not that. It's not even close. Cody Rhodes is at the top of his game in his prime. He's a new star who's worked his ass off with a fresh storyline that makes sense. He's not an aged Batista that no one really wants to see in that spot. And a lot of those dudes are gone. They're not in WWE shows anymore. Fans, I'm saying, like they have AEW. They got what they want, and that's what they go watch now. So like they're not, that energy isn't there. That like CM Punk, that doesn't happen anymore. And those 9 years ago, a lot of those dudes are probably dead too. I don't know, but like COVID, and a lot of those guys probably dropped off. So that was never happening. That like Dave Meltzer, like, oh well, they need to protect Cody, make sure it doesn't get booed. And dude, that was never an issue ever. Cody's been a stud from the jump. So I think this. I think
even the story with Seth
fantastic.
Rollins, him getting that gruesome injury and working through it, and then now he's coming out to Mania. He's got all the independent wrestling companies on his belt. I think that has
Mm-hmm.
a lot of like the fanboys behind him too. Like, oh, that was my local group. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you took Cody Rhodes, who was in a position to be like bred to be a WWE guy, and instead he became an indie darling, right? Which is almost scripted perfectly, right? You
Mm-hmm.
you would think this is the son of Dusty Rhodes, one of the best of all time, a guy who helped pioneer NXT, and now he gets over not only as Cody's son, but Cody's
Dusty son.
Dusty's son,
Mm-hmm.
but Dusty's son who made a name for himself on the independent grind, went to Japan, founded AEW, walked away from AEW with like zero momentum. He was almost getting booed out of the building at AEW, returns home, so to say, builds up
Can
this megastar.
can I just listen? I like both shows, like WWE, I like AEW, but see those are those dudes who just don't want to watch a show. They want to control it. You know, like again, dude, there's some things where you're like, this is stupid, this sucks. Why are you doing this? But for the most part, especially now with Triple H in control, you can just watch the show, man, and be like, not what I would have done, but I can enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? So those dudes were like, we want Cody to be heel. We want him to be heel. Boo, you suck. Even though every time they would boo him, he would come out and would cut a fire promo and they'd be cheering him by the end of it. So, I mean, dude, talk about betting on yourself. Nobody thought he was going to come back to WWE and be treated like this. Everyone's like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're going to be Stardust again. And just, I mean, look at him, bro. He's number one guy, number one baby face in the company already. It's incredible, really
Let's
is.
go to predictions for this match.
I
I never want to undercut Roman Reigns. Would it be really dope that he defended it 3 times? He's already got a record setting achievement, the only champion
mm,
to go into Mania 3 times as champion. Would be pretty insane if he walked out as the champion. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but if I had to say who's going to win this match, judging by Cody's new shirt that says finish the story, it's got to be Cody Rhodes walking out as the champion.
I agree. Again, you can never bet against Roman Reigns, but really, what's left? I mean, last year was the ultimate. Okay, he beat Brock. He's a double champion. This is the peak Roman Reigns. He really can't get much higher than this. The only thing left for him was to beat The Rock. And I do kind of think that ship has sailed a little bit. Not that they can't have a match down the road, but as far as this tribal chief world champion head of the table storyline is concerned, The Rock's role in it has passed. And if they do face each other, I think it would be down the road. I think Cody has to win and should win because what is left for the bloodline now? They've achieved everything. And now the story is the come down. How do they handle that? Losing all their titles. Where do you go from? I mean, really, if Roman Reigns wins, where do we go from there? We absolutely crush Cody, who we've built into a megastar. He's put everything on the line for this. This is everything. I have to win. I must win. And he's a babyface. So, I mean, Cody has to win. He absolutely has to win. I wouldn't be heartbroken if Roman Reigns won just
No,
because I
nor
love
I.
Roman Reigns. But dude, it
Thousand
has to
days
be
as
Cody.
champ would be a cool buzz phrase, right?
Yeah. It is. It's cool, but it's also fake and not real. So, I never go, oh, John Cena can't break Ric Flair's fake fucking record. Like, no, it's fake, dude. So dude, it's got to be Cody. I mean, you're making a new star. We're making a new mega star.
Also, Reigns has not won a match clean in like a really, really long time. And even though as a performer, I think he's at the top of his game. Like enough is enough at this point.
Yeah, and I
You
do
got to
think the
give him a match
bloodline.
where like Jimmy and Jay don't get involved at
Yeah,
some
and it
point when
has
he wins.
gotten somewhat repetitive. I honestly would prefer. I mean, it feels so big. I think the Usos and Solo not getting involved and being like run off by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, it like just the chaotic, like when Daniel Bryan won, like, because it's not just Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton Batista, Daniel Bryan versus the Authority. This is Cody versus. I mean, they kind of have built it more as, I don't know. I'm fine with either one. If it's a one-on-one clean victory by Cody, or if it's, Cody and KO and Sammy versus the Bloodline and a schmaz and Cody gets the win, I'm happy either way.
Just to, talk ideas, I think that Cody overcoming the bloodline in some way where it's not clean and winning would be awesome. What would also be epic, but I think is way out of the realm of possibility, is Roman, without the help of the bloodline, beats Cody in a banger of a match. I think that would
I
really get some sort of
I just
amazing crowd reaction.
I just can't. For one night, for a moment, cool, but then where do we go from there? We just absolutely castrated our top baby face.
Yeah, in that case, you
What did
can't.
we build this guy up for? What did he win the Royal Rumble for? What did we do all this for? There's one answer to this. Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns. Period. End of story. That's what I think it should be. And that's what I think it will be. You don't do all this for that.
Sends a huge message to the AEW locker room too, right? I have some
Yo,
sources there who work with the WWE, and they claim that AEW is not seen as a threat at all to their company. But I think it would send a cool message to the staff.
I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but dude, they're not. They're not even close. And AEW is great, man. It's a good place to be, but like WWE is Disney. They got a 50-year head start. They're what everyone knows. And stop comparing. Like, please stop comparing. It's not fair to AEW. Like, or we're gonna beat you in the ratings. Like, stop. It's
Hey,
and
listen, I
none of the
enjoy AEW. They're on fire too with their main
yeah,
event
they're
stuff.
dude.
I
They
mean,
got MJF
mostly
killing it.
MJF, let's just say.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And like they've had their issues, but whatever. I don't want to spend too much time on that because
All
the
right, so our
wrestlers.
prediction, we're going Cody.
Yes, we're going Cody. Now, Kevin
Next up.
Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos. This has been great. I honestly think the same thing. I think it should be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because where do we go from there? A lot of people talking about, oh, Sami could turn on KO, KO could turn on Sami. That would be fun for a moment, but it makes no goddamn sense. And just where do you go from there? I think these bad guys have been on top forever. It's time to take them down and move into new stories. And you can still do that, Jay, helping Sammy or Jay turning on Roman. You could still get to that. But I think for one night, this is
See, like
the good
fanboy
guys.
articles, it's like Jimmy or Jay has to be the one to overthrow Roman. It's like, please stop.
Yeah, dude. Some of the stuff. Again, I don't want to be a dickhead. I want to be a dickhead. But the fucking people who just don't understand story and just the differences between two storylines. We're like, people were like, oh, well, you could do Roman versus Sammy night one, and then Romy versus Cody, or then you could do the triple threat, like one fall for one belt. Well, like, dude, I got cats. Like, dude, that sucks. This is the biggest title reign in the modern era by a mile. We can't end that on two falls to two guys. This has got to be one mega star making moment. So, not to minimize Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but I think they win. They've been just excellent.
It needs to pay off for Sammy, right? As you
Yeah.
said before, the constellation prize for
And it
him.
doesn't have to mean he's done with Roman. There's still plenty to revisit. So yeah, bro, good shit. Mm. Let's keep it moving here. Let's see. Let's get into this one because I find this one interesting. Austin Theory versus the man himself, John Cena, which is officially kicking off WrestleMania for the United States Championship. Me personally, I don't give a fuck about Austin Theory, but that's just me. Clearly they're working up to something. He's still kind of looking for what he is. To me, right now, he's just bad guy. He's good in the ring, he's good on the mic, but I don't feel that connection to
He
him.
was at Evolve. He was at a lot of the local, New York
Yeah,
stuff.
like
So I've always
he's
liked him.
got.
It's strange because I always picture him as like a little guy, right? So maybe it's just as he looks so young, but like
I
he
think that's
stacks
it,
toe to toe with
bro. He's
Cena, like size
huge,
wise, like muscle
huge.
wise, standing size.
He's
Um,
6'2", bro. Like
I think
just
he's got the
beef.
look. I think he is good. Um, I don't know. I mean,
He's got all the
we know
tools in the
that it
world.
was Vince's guy, right? And now Triple H
Yeah,
is in charge. Beating John Cena at WrestleMania would be huge, right? Is the title on
does
the line?
yeah. I mean, I think your brain, all logic has to say Theory wins. You're gonna see a thread here. I'm rooting for all the old guys in this one, baby. For the most part, I would love for Cena to win. Love, especially because like now he just comes back and kind of loses. Like he's coming back just to put somebody over, which is fine. But I would love for him to get a sneaky win in there, and I don't even think it hurts Theory. You
No,
know,
I think too. I
I
don't
don't
like
think it would hurt
realistically,
Theory.
like I think I would love to see Cena win this match. It's John Cena. Austin
Mm-hmm.
Theory is still at the bottom of the food chain. Give
Mm-hmm.
John Cena the win. Let the fans in attendance be happy, you know? And that's it. If
Yeah,
if John Cena's the US champion again, let him run it back and then lose it next time. But I think
I'm rooting for it, but to me, just
he's so unlikable, Austin Theory, right now.
yeah.
And I think that a loss for him is what he needs. I don't think he needs the major rub of saying he went over John Cena at WrestleMania for a long time. But
Mm,
maybe that would work. Just as that
yeah.
really in your face moment. But like if this guy beats John Cena, who are you sending at him next for the US title?
Whoever. That makes him and the US title bigger.
Could
Now
be. Yeah,
whoever
fair
maybe
point.
Montez Ford, you know, someone's young and hungry. I think this is a transitional WrestleMania too. Like you can kind of see us slowly moving into the new era of
I don't know
who
if
the
I'm
top.
picking with my emotions on that one with John Cena.
Yeah, I'm still I just logistically like are they gonna have Cena for the dates? He's got movies coming out. I just don't see it, so I'm picking Theory.
All right.
Um, let's keep it rolling here. Let's keep it rolling. This is a match where someone if they don't win, I'm driving to Connecticut smacking somebody. Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Now go ahead. Blow Logan Paul for me for a minute. Tell me how good he is.
All right. Well, I was gonna, but now I feel like I'm being pressured to do it. So I'm not gonna give him as much as a fellatio as I might have planned. I love Logan Paul, man. I love Seth Rollins too. Logan Paul, I think, has been an absolute stud. Every time he steps into the ring, to me, it's electric. He's agile. He puts in the work. He has the look. He has this smug arrogantness that like makes you want to dislike him, but also like him because his ring gear looks so goddamn cool. Guy comes out there as a glorified podcaster, one of the best podcasters out there. Maybe might have one of the most successful podcasts in our generation, and lights it up in the ring. And he's working with great guys like Seth Rollins. I'm sure it'll make him look great too. But dude, I've been loving this guy as a WWE superstar. I don't even consider him a part timer at this point. He's really been putting in the work, and it's been electric.
You done? No, yeah, he's clearly got the goods. I don't know if you saw this. John Morrison actually said something fairly interesting. He's talking about Logan Paul and everyone's saying like, "Oh, he's so great," and he's like, he doesn't really do what we do. Like Logan Paul has this match that he's gonna have, and they practice it a lot. So it's like a rehearsed performance. He's like, that's not what we do. We know our spots and big stuff, but we go in the ring and we call it and we do it every night and we like flow and improv and make changes. And I understand what he's saying. That's like the difference between, just going up and reading the jokes somebody wrote or going up and riffing with a room, as like a stand-up comedian. So I get that. I don't think it comes from a place of hate. I think he's just trying to show like, oh, Logan Paul's already better than all these people. It's like, no, he's not. Like he's not doing what they do. He's not doing what Chad Gable does or Montez Ford, you know. So I saw it more as Morrison like kind of sticking up for wrestlers and being like, listen, everyone's saying how great he is and he's already better than everybody. It's like, no, he's not. When he's in, whatever, Tallahassee, Florida on a Wednesday night house show, tearing it up. Okay. But no, obviously he's great. Well, can be great. He's got all the goods. Yeah, thank God they at least went to make him heel because he's no baby face, dude. He's absolutely not a baby face. I think Rollins absolutely has to win. There's two matches on this card where I would be annoyed. The other, I'd be absolutely furious if one person won or lost. I think Rollins has to win. He's lost 3 straight WrestleManias, what doesn't really mean anything. But Seth Rollins is, in my opinion, more than a gatekeeper. And obviously Roman Reigns' world title run has kind of kept a lot of people from that world title, which is fine. He's special. They've created something special. But I do want to see Seth start getting his flowers again soon, in kayfabe, because he's, in my opinion, I still think he's the best wrestler in the world, top to bottom. So I think he should put Logan Paul down. Like Logan Paul gives him a fight, but it's like, rookie, I'm the man. I've been here 10 years, dude, which is wild. Like you're not getting past me. You're not ready for that. That's what I think it should be, and that's what I hope it will be. But hey, Logan Paul's got like 7 billion followers. So
Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. Strap in, folks.
yo, you think that's not happening?
I'm
You
telling
think
you,
the
it could be a
next
possibility, right?
Saudi Arabia show, fucking whatever, Crown Bra or whatever the hell it's gonna be? Yeah. Or Logan Paul versus Omos. Fuck it. Let's do that one next. Brock versus Omos. Whatever.
I've read some stuff. Can't believe anything that like it was a swerve. The match is not going to happen. I like Amish. What are we calling him now? How's the
Omos.
pronunciation? Omos.
No,
I like him.
Amish.
I'm a fan of anytime you get somebody who's just supernaturally large. I love Great Khali. A lot of people hate him. This guy has the potential to be more agile than Great Khali. I was very shocked by this match. And that little, scuffle he had with Brock Lesnar recently, it looked pretty cool. Lesnar can't take him down. He threw some cool kicks at him. I feel like there might be some chemistry there. This could be a great match. Great for Brock Lesnar standards, not
No,
like a Seth
Brock.
Rollins.
So I gotta stop you for a second. There's no great for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's an all-time in-ring great. Period. Buh. No, I can't let you get away with that one. It might be an entertaining spectacle match. Yes. Continue.
Brock Lesnar, without a doubt, one of the greatest ever. But
yeah,
Suplex City Brock, while he put on some classic bangers, some of them have not been great. They've just been like slaughtering, and sometimes he just beats up a bigger guy, and I think that this could be a pretty good, hard hitting match. Like let's say the bottom of the barrel Lesnar Goldbergs, right? One of them was pretty entertaining.
Again, Lesnar, Goldberg, WrestleMania 33 was the perfect Goldberg freak match. Period. It was perfect. It was a freak show of finishers. And he should have never did it again. But anyway, great. Again, continue. I can't keep letting you disrespect, dude.
I agree. I put my foot in my mouth a little bit, Mr. Guardino. But
I'm a historian.
What I want to say is that I don't think people have high expectations for this match, but I do think it's going to deliver. I would have personally liked to see Lashley and Lesnar on the payoff match, right? But I definitely think that this match is going to deliver more so than people think. I don't think it's going to be a snooze fest. I think it's going to be hard hitting. I think that almost is going to, impress people for something.
Do you work for WWE?
No, I think it's going to be a good match. It's weird that sometimes I look forward to these things. Again, I was really hyped with the tag team match with him, with AJ. And, that didn't live up to my hype. So let's see how this goes.
You cannot understate how big Omos is. he is just insanely big. Like he's literally twice as big as Braun Strowman. I think we stumbled onto something though. Amish. If we just change his
Amish,
name to
yeah.
Amish, and that's like his gimmick, he's like,
Comes
no
out in a carriage.
electricity. Yeah. But
The
anyway,
least electrifying man in sports entertainment.
that's funny. Um, I you would be shocked how many people this will be their favorite match on the show. Like when you watch WrestleMania and wrestling, like with your dad or your mom or whoever, that's what gets them when they
I
see a
love this
freak
shit. That's what I'm
athlete.
trying to say. Is I
Yeah,
love,
like Brock.
I love Great Khali coming out and beating up the Undertaker.
Yeah,
Because like from a science fiction fantasy aspect, this is a giant. This is a real
mm-hmm.
life Hagrid coming out at 7 foot tall, and the
seven
scuffly,
four,
yeah,
wild.
which doesn't even seem like a real number,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
but
most people exaggerate to get to
yeah,
7 foot. I was with
for
Madman
sure.
Fulton at the Grand Gathering. I think he's 6'8" or 6'9".
Yeah.
Bill, and this guy's a
But
giant.
Omos does suck. Like he's been around a while now,
Did you
and he
see the
has.
Raw scuffle?
Yeah, he sucks, dude.
He was
Like,
looking nimble for a big guy. I think that we're going to see a good match. I could be wrong.
listen,
I'm
dude,
okay with being wrong.
this match should be 2 minutes. Big bang, boom, suplex, F5, bang. Let's go home. Brock wins.
You
You
think
know,
Brock wins?
he has. I mean,
Prediction.
excuse me. Maybe not because almost doesn't really have many victories, and Brock may be leaving after this, so it's like, put the guy over.
I think this
But
is
at
the
this,
resurfacing of the Hurt
yeah,
business and almost goes over.
yeah,
That's my
yeah.
pick.
I mean, I could see either way because Brock is Brock, dude.
Yeah.
But I think we actually have to talk a little bit about Bray Wyatt with this because Bray Wyatt has disappeared from television, apparently hurt, possibly I mean, pure bullshit, garbage, dirt sheet, all creative differences, rumors, but allegedly Brock was presented with Bray Wyatt. And we get the fuck out of here. And honestly, I would say justifiably so. I think
I
everything
thought it
with
was
Uncle Howdy.
Lashley Bray, or is that
It
where it went?
was no, that was like the backup. They went to Lashley Bray. Again, this is all who knows. I don't know anything. They went to Lashley Bray, and then whatever has happened with Bray happened, where either he's hurt or he's like, I don't like this. Whatever. Let's just go with he's hurt because that makes the most sense. I think I was happy to. I honestly, I can't even say that I was. I haven't been a Bray Wyatt fan for years. I think the Uncle Howdy stuff was terrible, like just terrible, boring, drawn out. We never got anywhere with it. I think it was awful. And everyone says Bray is a great creative mind. I'll be honest, man. I haven't seen it. You can't just slap somebody in a mask and just do the same stuff they've done with the Undertaker and be like, "Oh, it's creative." And like maybe he needs to be able to just cut loose the way a Matt Hardy did, and that's very possible because there's a lot of ideas that don't work watered down. You need to get as deep into it as possible, and any compromise will hurt your overall vision. Absolutely, that could definitely be the case. But I've hated everything. He's been channel changing TV to me for years. For
You
years.
see that I'm usually pretty optimistic. I was just hyping up this Lesnar match, but I like Bray Wyatt as a performer. I just think his return has just been like a stinking dump. Like it just fell
Been
flat.
terrible.
Everybody thought it'd be huge, the second coming, and like I don't know. I would rather see Bray Wyatt than the Fiend. Personally, I see the
Dude,
appeal of
thousand
the Fiend.
percent.
Just give me Bray Wyatt going out there, just fucking rambling like
The
Charles
biggest
Manson. Like
mistake
just let him go.
the biggest mistake they made was going back to the Magic. For the love of God, move on from it. We don't need Magic. And there's other matches where Magic is being slightly sprinkled in, and I think it's okay. But just, oh my God, dude, the Magic worked with one guy who was incredibly special, and 60% of that was stupid. The Undertaker. Please, no more lights, no more masks and bunnies and cryptic things in the background. It sucks. It sucks. Take a break. And let's figure something else out. I'm not trying to be mean because it can be good, but it's not. I'm done. Done with Magic. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Brad.
I
I hope
think
you
you
come
could throw
back.
anybody in a mask and make them into a monster, as you
Yeah,
know, and
it's
it
just it's
worked. I
been
just
done,
don't
dude.
think Bray Wyatt, with all his charisma, needs to be that.
And just like, again, no disrespect. I'm not getting hyped because Bo Dallas went to Hot Topic and got dressed up. Like, eh, come on, come up. I'd rather them be IRS agents. That's scarier to me. Being like,
Way
oh, Seth
scary.
Rollins, your taxes from 2018 aren't looking good. Like, what? No way. That's way more entertaining to me than like, oh my God, the demon inside me. Like, it's corny. Let's move
Let's
on.
go to demons now. Is that a good segue?
Yeah, I think that is a good segue because I think Judgment Day, and this Judgment Day has 3 matches at WrestleMania, big matches. Is one of the great turnarounds in WWE history.
Yeah, Judgment
Again,
Day's been great.
too much match. It started with Edge. Nobody wanted to boo Edge. It was a terrible decision. I understand they wanted to try something different. Killed his match with AJ Styles. It was awful. Hated it. They realized they had made a mistake, and they did it. They got rid of it. It still looked doomed until Triple H took over and was like, "No more stupid magic. You're just a pack of fucking assholes." So you had Rhea, Damian, and Finn, and then Dom took it to the next level. And they've been great. They've been one of the best parts of WWE over the past year. I love them. I think it's been excellent. I feel like Edge and Finn have fought several times, but this is Hell in a Cell. This is WrestleMania, and this is the Demon. I think this is Edge's last WrestleMania, if we're to believe him, because he said last year that he's going to retire at SummerSlam 2023 in Toronto. So this could be Edge's last match. I'm cool with either winner. I love Edge. I'll never be mad at Edge winning. I think Demon Finn Balor could use a win. I think he probably should win. But they've just been great, man. Yeah, I love them, and I love Edge. I love Edge. And there's rumors. There's rumors that we're gonna have a Brood reunion. That we're gonna get Gangrel and fucking Christian. And
I've read plenty of Gangrel stuff. I've seen that. If Christian showed up, I love Christian. I mean, I love the Brood. Gangrel was at the bottom of the barrel for me.
Yeah, but it's just the Brood. We're bringing back the Brood, and I usually hate when people go, "I bring back Biker Taker." Pisses me off. I hate.
Listen, if the Brood came out, I think Gangrel would get a pop. I think if Christian came out after everything he's been doing in AEW, following the Royal Rumble debut, which was going back a couple of years, but that was really epic stuff when Edge and Christian were back in the same ring. I think it would be a really insane moment.
Yeah, I'm down for it. So before we get into our next match, which is connected to Judgment Day, are you ready for the I watch way too much wrestling stat of the day?
Knew I was missing something in my life, Mr. Guardino. Yes, I'm ready. I'm so fucking ready. I haven't heard those words in a while, man. I'm amped up.
Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair will be the first ever women's one-on-one rematch in WrestleMania history.
Never before have two females faced off.
One-on-one.
Not back-to-back, one-on-one.
Just twice. Never. We've had Trish was in a triple threat against Jazz and Lita at 18, and then Jazz and Victoria at 19. We've had that, triple threat situations, but we've never had a one-on-one rematch twice, ever. We got Rock Austin 3 times.
Taker, and same scenario, same champ or no? No.
No, the champs
Rhea
are
was
different.
The champion, right?
Champs are different, but it's still the first ever one-on-one rematch between 2 women. This isn't really a statistic. It's kind of, but Cody versus Roman is going to be, I don't want to say ever because it's really how far you want to count back. But the first time in a long time, we're going to have a main event without a part-timer or an Attitude Era / Ruthless Aggression star. These are 2 modern-day full-time stars with no outside connections going one-on-one in the main event of WrestleMania. 38, we had Brock. 37, we had Edge. 36, we had Brock. 35 was Ronda Rousey. 34 was Brock. 33 was Taker. 32 was Triple H. 31 was Brock. 30 was Batista and Randy Orton. 29 was Rock, and I guess technically Cena. 28 was Rock, technically Cena. And then, I mean, 27, Cena. 26,
So this is
Taker,
only the
Shawn.
main show. So we're not counting like Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns at any point, right?
No, I'm talking about in the main event at WrestleMania. Like
The
every
main
basic.
event. They'd argue there's
No,
yeah.
okay, we can talk about this right now. There's one main event at WrestleMania. It's the last match of the last night. You are main eventing night one, sure, cool, great, but that is not the main event at WrestleMania. It's not. Rock versus Roman would have never, ever closed Saturday night. So the real main event is Roman Reigns' match, which is going to close. Period. I do not count. Like, we say, oh, Roman has this many main events. If he closed Saturday night, I don't count it because the last match is what they consider the biggest match. Now, I know there's years where it's like, well, they got it wrong. And that's true, but that's the way I count.
Give me one real quick. Where'd they get it wrong?
Hogan Rock. That
Sure.
probably should have main evented. But you can't get on them that much because no one knew it was going to be that electric. You can't predict that. Greatest, one of the best matches of all time, just electricity wise. If you're ever
I went back and
down,
I rewatched Rock versus Cena, which fell a little flat when watching it. I think the ending was kind of lame, but those two guys are fantastic, man. Just watching the basics of like selling the punches and the back and forth, they are really, really incredible.
If you're ever feeling down, man, go watch Rock Hogan. Go do it. All right, let's keep moving because we got
mine is Edge versus Taker, which I read a stat somewhere that claimed that Edge was supposed to win that match and he denied it.
They say that every year. I hate that. Like, well, actually, this was planned. It's like there's always plans. Plans change. Plans change, pal. All right. So Rhea, Charlotte. This is the one match that is a must winner. A must. Rhea Ripley must win.
Has to win. Yeah.
Has to win. Charlotte Flair winning would be the absolute most horrific, worst decision I've ever seen. I'm not worried. Anyone can see that Rhea Ripley is ready to just explode as a megastar. I think we are slowly building to a mega match between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Like we very clearly kind of have our modern, I'm not comparing them to them, but a very clear, like we got a 1A and we got a 1B. We got Rhea Ripley and we got Bianca Belair. These are two studs. And I think it starts with Rhea Ripley beating Charlotte. There's no other options. Period.
We had Becky, Sasha. I would say those. Yeah. It's hard to narrow it down beforehand because we had like a big four with Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, Bayley.
Right, dude. Right now, the four horsewomen, well, the remaining three aren't going anywhere. But as far as like the quote unquote new generation of women, it's clear that it's Bianca and Rhea. They are head and shoulders above the rest right now. They're the only,
Liv though, man.
Yeah, I mean, God, there was another stat. I think Bianca is the only non-horsewoman to beat one of the horsewomen at WrestleMania, at least as of last year. I think I'd have to go back through that. At least one-on-one. Do that for next year. But yeah, as of right now, Bianca is the only non-horsewoman to beat one of the horsewomen at WrestleMania. Besides the horsewomen. They've all beaten each other all over the place. But anyway, that's a stat I pulled off my head. Rhea.
We're going Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley. 1,000,000%. She's one of my favorite. She's the key to Judgment Day. She's what made them cool. This badass chick who literally beats up dudes. She's amazing. It's her time. Her time is now, straight up. She needs to beat Charlotte clean. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. And that's it.
Sticking with Judgment Day, we go with the poster behind you.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, hold on. God, now you threw me off my track. What was I going to say here? Oh, thinking. I lost it. I don't know. Oh, the build has been meh. Been okay. But like because it feels like Rhea's involved in so much other stuff. Like she's been like involved with Edge a little bit. She's been very involved with Dom and Ray. So it feels like her attention's kind of been all over the place. And Charlotte's just been running around in bodysuits, like saying, "Hey, I'm Charlotte." it doesn't need a great build because when you get to the match, it's still a big match. But yeah, the build could have been better. But yeah, it absolutely has to be Rhea Ripley. That's the number one must, even more than Cody, because I'll live with Roman Reigns, but Rhea must win. Okay, let's get to fuck it, fuck it. Let's get to the new face of WWE. There it is, right there.
You know what? I
Condom.
wasn't expecting to say that, but I, I love Dom. I think he's killing it. I think that just the Judgment Day dynamic, the silliness of Condom doing time on the inside alongside Rhea, very Eddie Guerrero, China esque. I just think he's awesome. I always wanted to like him as the son of Rey Mysterio, but he's been incredible.
I fucking love Dom, dude. He's been great. He's flourishing in this role. People don't want to give anybody time, man. Somebody comes up and it's like, oh, they're only letting him, because he's Rey Mysterio's son. Like, yeah, dude, you can only tell a Rey Mysterio son story with Rey Mysterio's son who can fucking wrestle. So, like, why wouldn't we try to make it work? And like, it's working. Kid's good in the ring. And like, dude, his mullet is cool. He looks like a dirt bag. I love it. He's been excellent. And I think the build for this
Yeah,
has been
baby
great.
girl. You want me? I got to talk about Condom right now, Rey Mysterio for WrestleMania. I'll be right up, okay?
I got cats
Stay
running all
home.
over the place. We got cats. Oh, we
Oh.
got to run in. We got to run in.
But Condom, can't say enough good stuff about him. Can go in the ring. Again, very dislikable in a good way.
Ray's going into the Hall of Fame. I wonder if they do so, because obviously I would think you would have Dom, but obviously because he's heel and they maybe want to stick to it. I mean, Conan is a great choice as well. Obviously he's known Ray way longer than Dom has, so can't get. I mean, he could jump him, dude. I hope they have him jump him at
I
the
would
Hall of
love
Fame.
that at the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame. They've
they've
been going
never
hard with that, like disrespect towards the family. It's been really good.
they've never done that. Well, as a work anyway. Brett got attacked, which was, oh my god, remember that? That was terrible.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh my god. Let's keep going. This one was, I don't want to say it's thrown together, but see, this is one of the problems with the women's division still. They haven't built it to the point where you can find big matches for the women that are not title related. They're still, because they don't have many legends. Like the legends are the women who are like in it right now, who are the champions, and they've all fought each other a million times. Oh, you like that? Oh boy. So like, there's no Undertaker for Charlotte to fight if she's not in a title match. But they brought in, I don't want to say they're only legends, but definitely they're two biggest legends who are still active enough in Trish and Lita. I mean, how can you get mad at this? Lita and Becky tag champs, cool. Becky's the best. You throw in Trish Stratus. It's fun. It's a spectacle match. Yeah, Lita and Trish are, they're not old, but as far as like in ring competition, they haven't been full time in almost 20 years. But yeah, I mean, Damage Control should win. There's nothing to lose for Becky and the Legends. But the build has been okay. I'm glad.
What's it,
Bayley
3-on-3?
Yeah, 3-on-3. Some people have been talking about like a Trish heel turn. I don't know, maybe could be cool, could be something. But I think there's not too much to say with that one. We've gotten to most of it. Do you have anything to add to Trish and Lita versus Damage Control?
I said it the other day in a lunch meeting. They look real good. And that's all I could really ask for in it. I think the match would be great. Yeah. No, I don't want nothing to print right now, Mom.
Oh boy. These are the struggles of being the boss. I have cats. What's worse, cats or children?
Oh man, it's tough. Depends how you're measuring them. But again, on that match, green or what do you think? Green or red? Red. I agree.
The children are a far better long-term investment. Okay. Basically, we have one real match left. I think. Yeah. I think I missed Gunther, Roman, Charlotte, Bianca. Okay. So this match, I think, has the highest expectations as far as in ring is concerned. Gunther defending his Intercontinental Championship against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus in basically World War III. Just straight up brutal European men pummeling each other. I think Gunther should win. I mean, as much as I would love to see either one of those guys win, I do think we still have steam to this IC title run for Gunther. And I
I
don't want
love
to see,
Gunther,
dude, Gunther's
stud.
performance at the Rumble. And I think a lot of people were disappointed that they weren't getting Gunther Brock this year. Especially that was the rumor. That's what they teased kind of at the Rumble. And shit, just seeing Brock go for the IC title would be cool. He's never done that before, I don't think. I mean, he definitely hasn't in the last 20 years. I mean, that would have been awesome. And it could have been like a sick match, but whatever. They didn't do that. And I think this has
I think
potential to be
again it's
just.
part of like the spectacle of WrestleMania, right? Like
Mhm.
Gunther versus Brock at any time would be amazing, right? It'd be a sick
Mhm.
addition to any pay-per-view. But like as somebody who's a casual fan, seeing Brock Lesnar go up against someone who's 7'4" has just that more like appeal for a spectacle event. But I think
Yeah,
Gunther and
absolutely.
Sheamus are going to tear it up. Gunther is incredible.
And Drew.
Um, and Drew, yeah, like three top talents in my opinion. Love those guys. Love their wrestling style. Um, Gunther is up there with Drew as some of my favorites in the industry right now. Anybody who says that Gunther looked better fat, I think you're totally wrong. The guy looks like an absolute stud right now. I love this lean, mean, you know, chiseled jawline Gunther. I think it's really awesome. I don't think he's really missed any sort of step with his chopping and his strikes. But this will be an awesome match. I think it's going to be three guys with incredible chemistry. Um, I'd like to see Gunther come out as the IC champion, unless he's going to get a main event push, but I don't think he's at that level yet.
Yeah, that's why I would rather him keep the title, because even if he drops it and then like, oh, he's gonna be Cody's first challenger. I mean, awesome. Again, I am an older man now, and I'm much more along for the ride. Be like, cool. What's wrong with Gunther versus Cody for the title? Great.
Give me
However,
that
no,
as the Intercontinental Champion. There's something we haven't
bro,
seen.
that's what I'm saying. If you want to do that, I think he's undefeated on the main roster. I'm not sure. I mean, I know he's not. I know he like took a pin at Survivor Series a couple years ago, but whatever. But that dude, that is a banger, barn burner, like hell yeah match. Can't go wrong with that. So the only things left are, I believe, these WrestleMania showcase matches. I don't know what the hell they are. Basically, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalia and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville in a fatal four-way tag team match. I mean, they do this every year. They try to get that match to get people on the card. I can't believe that Ronda Rousey is in essentially like a pre-show match. That's pretty crazy. That's the most notable thing to me from this. But a lot of fan favorites live. I don't know who wins. I guess Ronda Rousey. And then the dudes, Braun Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. I just got to say for a second, Alpha Academy has had such a great year. We were at the Royal Rumble. It was me, Pudge, and my girlfriend. Dude, when Otis came out, my girlfriend could not stop laughing. When he's so fat. He has such an appealing look. I hope he joins Maxim Male Models and they run with it because he's a stud. And then the Viking Raiders. So yeah, whatever. They're getting some people
Listen,
on the
I'm a
card. he's
child at heart. Otis has always made me laugh
he's dude,
every
he's
time he
he's
comes
great.
to the ring. The cheers, everything that he does.
Should he win Money
Just
in the Bank? No, probably not.
no.
But yeah, I think Montez Ford is getting right there. Like getting right there. We're getting ready to push him to the moon. Um, And man, I hope they find Dawkins, something too, because he's great too, man. I know he doesn't have the same look as Montez Ford. Like Montez Ford is an Adonis Creed, like legit, like in real life, twice the size of him actually. So, and he's just got that swag, man. Like he loved The Rock growing up and shit. So, yeah, that's pretty much WrestleMania. I'm gonna rattle off my predictions real quick. All right, I'm going mostly chalk here. Not Roman, Cody, Gunther. I'm gonna go Finn because we need some upsets. Um, whatever, Ronda Rousey. Uh, I'm gonna go with Street Profits. Whatever. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Ooh, Ray or Dominic, I think, is the toughest one.
It's gotta be Dominic.
Oh no. Then I'm predicting a clean sweep for Judgment Day. That makes sense. I'm going Dom too. Um, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Oh, we didn't talk about Bianca Asuka. I'm sorry, we missed that one. Um, it's kind of the build has not been great. I feel like they were afraid to push Asuka as like full heel. Um, Basically they're two such fan favorites. I feel like they were a little tentative, which I don't think that's the right word at all, to really let them go at each other. I don't know. I feel like they wanted to keep them both as fan favorites going in, even though Asuka clearly leans more villainous. I mean, it's a great match. It's going to be a fantastic match. Bianca Belair has pretty much stolen the show 2 straight WrestleManias. I think she gets another win here. I would love to see Asuka win. I would not be mad, but I do think we're building towards that mega Bianca versus Rhea Ripley match in the next year or so. But again, I can't. I could see it going either way, but I'm going Bianca. Going Brock, going Damage Control, going Seth, and I'm going Theory. You with me? Any differences?
I'd say Brock not going over, John Cena going over. Just as my to switch it up.
Okay. So you think Omos wins, and you think John Cena wins?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. You got anything else to add before we kick it over to the trivia?
I'm excited. We've
Me
been
too, bro.
chatting like two little school kids for about an hour or so here. And that's really great.
All right,
WrestleMania
Morty.
brings that out. But a lot of matches where not a lot of disappointment, room for disappointment. I think Ray going over Dominic would be cool. He's still a legend, getting in the Hall of Fame. You got to think he's going to put his son over at this point, right? I think Ray has a bright future here. Edge versus Balor. You got to think Demon goes over. But, if you have the Brood showing up, come on. Edge is going to lose. It's really hard to say.
Yeah, there's a couple matches that are tough to call. Like I said, the only 2 musts are Rhea and, I mean, really Cody, but Rhea, Seth, and I guess Cody are must wins. Real quick, April 15th, I'll be at West Side Comedy Club at 6 p.m. You can get your tickets. Check me out on Instagram at ChrisG573. I'm doing some stand-up comedy.
I love to be in it. I got to make a choice. Miso's game, create a competitor out in Louisville, Kentucky, or somewhere in that area, or go see the very funny Mr. Christopher Guardino. So I'll
Well,
let you
I'm
know how
not
that shakes out.
paying you, so yeah. So we're gonna be doing some trivia coming up next with Brian Schmidt. I don't know what it's gonna be exactly. I don't know if it's you versus me. I don't know if there's other people involved. I don't know, but you're gonna get some trivia questions. So this has been the returning edition of Why Wrestling. You couldn't pay me to tell you when the last time we did this was. Couldn't pay me. When I put this up, my background was Scott Hall. So it makes me think it was around when he passed. Let me look up. When did he die? Alexa, when did Scott Hall die? Oh, okay. So a year ago. Did we do a WrestleMania last year?
We
Rest in
probably
peace.
did.
Yeah.
So let's
I
give
don't.
it a bye, man, for now. We'll go get
Yeah.
my personal consigliere, Mr. Brian Way First Schmidt, to bring us in some trivia alongside the brain trust.